Okay, we're at Ashley's. She has a couple of hives. Just going to go through and inspect them. We have done a split and we have requeened, and things are starting to get populated. The bees are starting to fill up the boxes, so we're just going to go in today and check to see how they're doing.
Hi girls, looks like everybody's there today.
Okay, that's good. We should be able to lift the lid now. Okay, we've removed one frame. There were lots and lots of young larvae, 4 days or less, and some larger and some being capped. And this is the second frame we're removing. And there's lots of larvae deep in the cells, lots of capped. This is foundationless brood, foundationless frames. Okay, turn it around. Yeah, that's a good pattern for the queen. Yeah. There's some nice pollen, yellow pollen on that one over there.
And there's some lighter pollen on a couple. I don't see the queen on this one.
No queen on that frame.
This one's heavy.
Okay. Full of brood. This was requeened with a Rossman queen, and this laying pattern is a result of the Rossman queen. She's been in there for quite some time. I don't see her on this side.
Nice pollen.
Yeah, it's all going to be hatching out soon. That's all good capped brood.
Okay. Maybe
Again,
at the bottom there.
Again, we're real careful in how we inspect these because there is no foundation in these frames, so we can't tilt them. Some of these combs were attached from wild comb when we initially started up the nook that did the split. So let's tip this bottom out just a little bit. Okay, I can see larvae in there. I am not seeing eggs. Okay. There's the queen right there.
Oh, she's beautiful.
So she's running around a bit, so I'm not going to grab her and mark her because she looks like she's a little bit unhappy that we're discovered her. So I think we'll just put this all back. We know we got a queen. We saw larvae. Still haven't got to point out the eggs yet. Which
just go ahead and put them all back.
Yeah, put them all back. We'll slide them all back over and then put the first frame back in that we removed.
I'm so happy to see her.
Yeah, she's good, but she was a little nervous. If she was really calm and the bees weren't moving much, we would have grabbed her and put a mark on her. But she's really
Nice and fat.
She's easy to find. Really don't need to mark her. About the only reason would be to know if she gets superseded or they swarm and replace her. Oftentimes they'll chew the color mark off anyway, and then you still don't know for sure. But this still has some growing to do.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say put an excluder or a super on yet.
No.
And we'll close this one back up and go to the second hive.
One down.
Now we're going to move over to the second hive.
You need a little heat.
And you need a refresher here on the... Turn it sideways, there you go. Get a little bit of smoke.
This is the newest hive.
This is the split off of the other.
Right. And this one hasn't been established nearly as long.
See if you can slide two of those over at one time instead of doing them one at a time. Just
Okay.
see if you can do both of those because there's nothing on them.
Okay.
Need more light?
I do, yeah. Maybe a pellet.
Yeah. And the bees seemed a little bit more pesty than the first hive was perfect. And we did see the queen on the first hive, and lots of capped and lots of tiny larvae, so expecting the first hive to really go gangbusters here in a couple of weeks. Yes, let's take that out.
Then you're roaring.
Okay, we do have white brood.
Great.
Here you can really see it now that I got the light on it.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some baby larvae, 1 to 4 days old. We got some 5-day-old, it looks like, and not a great pattern, but the queen is laying. If you tip the bottom of the frame this way.
Do you need me to move?
No, that's good. There is some larvae. I see some 5 or 6 day old larvae, some patchy brood. There's some being capped, so things are going okay, but not gangbusters. Again, this is also a Rossman requeen.
Or the next one?
Yep.
You're fine there. Nice cream colored pollen.
It'd be nice if they would make some new comb in the other frames instead of using this old comb. There is some pollen stored on this one. I don't see any larvae. I see some nectar. Okay. Same. Not a lot of queen activity, not a lot of laying, no larvae, no eggs. Using it mainly for pollen and nectar storage. Okay. Queen should be on this one. They make lots of dark propolis.
They do. Is that
just
typical of this?
Something to do with their genetics. Okay, there's a bit of cap brood on this one.
Okay.
And there are some that are getting ready to be capped. They're partially capped. Now spin it around. Got some pollen on that girl's legs.
Yeah,
and then some orange and some yellow.
Nice and heavy.
I see some nectar. Tip the bottom frame towards you. You're out towards me. Tip the bottom towards me. There you go. Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
I just wish it was moving and growing a lot faster, considering that we have cabbage palm still in bloom behind us, and Brazilian peppers getting ready to take off.
Now, a hive this size, with the way that it's doing right this moment, this particular one, would we be concerned about it through our Florida winter, fall winter, or they should be okay as long as the...
Really, the fall and the winters aren't as bad as the summer dearths when we don't have rain or pollen or
This one seems to be
nectar.
stuck at the bottom.
Okay, just pull it straight up and hope for the best, or rock it side to side.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, I see larva on this one. There's also cat brood. Spin it around. There's a little queen cup, which is typical for them to have a supersedure cell. Alright, let's look for the queen. For some reason I had a feeling she'd be on this frame. Nope, but we do have larva. And we do have cat brood. Okay, next.
They seem to have quieted down a little
Yeah,
bit.
these are starting to look a lot like they should look as far as the calmness.
We say that as I have a girl yelling at me in my ear.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna tip. Don't see much in the way of anything on this except maybe some pollen.
Okay.
So the queen has plenty of room to lay.
There she is, right there in the middle.
Right there.
To the left, yep. Yep.
Queen is right here.
Okay.
See her?
Beautiful.
She is nice, and she's walking on the frame calm. So I put her back, and let's close everything up.
Okay. So we've confirmed the queen.
Confirmed the queen. Don't know how good a layer that queen is, but they're not pulling out other frames for her to lay on. We got basically a bunch of empties, and don't know why she's not laying up to her 2,000 eggs a day quota. Well, that's hive number 2. I guess we just need to monitor this a little bit again in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
If they haven't drawn out any more frames,
They may need some help.
yeah, they might need some queen help, which is depressing because
So we'd have to.
she's not utilizing all the space that she has right now, and they're not drawing out anything in anticipation of a nectar flow. They're not pulling out the empty frames. This first hive is totally different, which is again why I recommend people have 2 hives, because we know this first hive and the queen can do it and can perform. So when you got another one that was done at the same time, you get a good comparison of what it should be.